These are their stories.
Occupying Palestinian land for 69 years, using the Holocaust as an excuse.
My relatives were murdered by the Nazis. There is an obsession about focusing on the Holocaust, but the Jews, the survivors of the Holocaust, are committing another Holocaust in Palestine. So it's this terrible irony and this terrible tragedy that's just not being addressed by this museum.
To paraphrase Plato, those who tell the stories rule society. Flashback 1962, President John Fitzgerald Kennedy, commencement address at Yale University. Quote, "Damaging myths are doing our nation a great disservice. The great enemy of truth
is very often not the lie, deliberate, contrived, and dishonest, but the myth, persistent, persuasive, and unrealistic."
I'm not in trouble at the moment. Palestinians are.
Is that a fact? Jewish people are not in trouble.
Well, I'm not, and you're not. Who is?
Well,
and
I will tell you that anti-Semitism is on the rise.
The first interview I had here today, guess what the first question was?
Why?
Isn't your appearance here today anti-Semitic? We need to understand where anti-Semitism comes in to the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. There's two parts of this anti-Semitism. First is being used to silence everyone who would like to speak up for what they believe is right and for what is just.
Right.
The other purpose of anti-Semitism is when it ends up to get to the point of either true anti-Semitism or at least difficulties for the Jewish people, who benefits? The state of Israel benefits. Then Netanyahu goes to Paris and tells the Jews to leave because the only safe place is going to be where? Israel. In that dangerous place of Israel. Then one day Netanyahu is going to come to DC or to New York and tell to the people, Jewish people, you need to immigrate to Israel. If there is not problems elsewhere, come to Israel, we'll create problems there.
Detroit Carter have a lot of integrity, and I have a lot of respect for them. I don't like the Jewish religion. I don't agree with a lot of their ideas vis-a-vis Judaism itself. But I think they're very dedicated to opposing Zionism, opposing the state of Israel, and supporting the Palestinians.
We were very glad to see for the first time a large number of young American Jews outside the AIPAC conference standing in protest against AIPAC, against the American government. And even though it would have been very nice if they had been standing with us in solidarity with us, carrying flags, holding our signs, this is the first time they've done this, and I think it's a very, very important step.
Are you anti-Semitic?
Any part of humanity from another part
He's
is
anti-Semitic.
brainwashing. He's not anti-Semitic.
Of course he is.
Of course.
Brit or Aussie, whatever he is, and he's anti-Semitic.
You've heard this construct, Israel and Palestinians. It's never Israel and Palestine. It's never Israel and the Palestinians. It's Israel and Palestinians that we found by the wayside.
I'm from the village of Deir Yassin that was massacred on April 9, 1948. So today I stand here as a ghost from the people of my village that were massacred. And we will continue the struggle until every Palestinian refugee returns to his village, to his city, and every inch of Palestine. The Zionists attack us from having slogans like you see up front, from the river to the sea. We mean it. Let them be mad, let them pout, because the people here today are supporting a genuine struggle. We are not half-assing anything. We are telling you that we are here for Palestine, in case you didn't hear it, from the river to the sea.
I want you to know that I know what it is like to support Palestine when there were only 3 of us and no Palestinian flags. I had to make one. Now there are millions of us who understand where Palestine is. There is no amount of baksheesh or bombs or black ops or bribery that is going to make the Zionists remain. Remember that. Remember that from somebody who's been here for 50 years. You are going to win, everybody. They used to say the old would die and the young would forget. Well, look at the Palestinians here. That is not true. That is not true. You are going to be here and you're going to take Palestine back from the river to the sea, and Palestine will be whole again with everyone. Whether you're Jewish or Christian or Muslim or atheist, Palestine belongs to the Palestinians.
Ben and I started the Free Gaza movement, and we sailed boats to Gaza, and we actually got there, and so we started that whole thing, and nobody was talking about Gaza. And we only went to Gaza because we wanted to get back into Palestine. Most of us had never been kicked out, and a young man in Australia who was active at that time, who had been kicked out of Palestine, said, why don't we just sail a boat? We'll rent a boat in New York and we'll just sail around the world and pick up people along the way. And then we said, that's a great idea, but we found out that nobody would rent us a boat to go to Gaza. So, and also the point was, if we're going to sail, we couldn't sail anywhere else to Gaza. We hadn't really thought about Gaza. We said, if we're going to sail a boat, where can we sail to? We couldn't sail to Haifa or wherever. So we ended up sailing to Gaza, and we actually did. We were very pleased with the results. We opened up that lane, and I never realized that once we showed people it was possible, people went by land and they went by sea, and the most important of all, the people of Gaza realized that people cared about them separate from the rest of Palestine. So it was wonderful. So thank you, Greta, for inspiring me.
Palestine will be free from the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. 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 Palestine will be free.
Always frame the relationship in terms of the Judeo-Christian traditions, remember? And shared values. So I keep asking my American friends, what shared values? The values of occupation, of enslavement of a people, of impunity, of oppressing a whole nation, of carrying out extrajudicial executions, of demolishing homes, of stealing other people's lands, and so on. Are these the values you want to share with Israel? Is this the Judeo-Christian tradition? I don't know. I mean, really. And to me, it's very strange, because automatically, the moment you find this fusion Judeo-Christian, you are excluding Islamic, Buddhist, any other tradition that does not belong to this club. And to me, Islam is one of the most tolerant religions because it doesn't deny the existence of the others. It builds on Judaism and Christianity, while Judaism and Christianity supposedly cancel each other out, don't they? Anyway. The people